Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is John Moore, who will fight on Tuff-N-Uff 143, April 25th. Hello John, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, and you actually just I believe few days ago there were information that your opponent will be a different fighter than the Miles Hunsiger. And if you can tell me what do you think about this change? Would you prefer to fight the Miles or the Artiom is good for you too?
Yeah, it's obviously hard having a fight fall through so close. You spend your training camp getting ready for a particular guy, and it swaps out right at the end. But I still think it's a great matchup for me. He Watching his fights, and I'm actually really excited to fight him. I know he's a southpaw, and it's exciting, and so I think it'll be a good fight. I'm excited.
And actually, he has like a lot of finishes on his record, and I believe that he's on like a quite long winning streak. So
Yeah.
beating this kind of fighter, it will be like also good thing for you that you can beat the someone who is maybe not the like verge of the going to the UFC, but overall like a a very good place in his career.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. He's got a great record. I think this fight will give me quite a bit of like notoriety and just get my name out there.
And because I believe that there is a big chance that you will win this fight, what do you think should be next for you with another win when you will be like 6-0?
Yeah, I think I want to get going right again as fast as I can after this. And if the UFC wants me on the contender series, that's awesome. And if not, then I'll just get right back in there. Hopefully, in another cool place like Vegas or anywhere like that, and just keep momentum going and just keep getting my name out there.
And actually, you are of course undefeated. You won belt in one of your previous bouts, and I think that right now in the like middleweight division, light heavyweight and heavyweight, that this the division always needs to have good prospects. And I think that
Yeah.
you with 6-0 with another win, maybe with a finish, you probably would be like a good like candidate for the contender series this
Mhm.
year.
Yeah, for sure. I think if I can go out there and get a good finish, just have a really good performance, I think that would definitely up the odds of just getting straight to contender series.
And of course, you fought also in like different let's say weight classes. Were like catch weights in 195 to 200. And
Yeah.
do you see yourself in the future in the like light heavyweight division?
Not really. I just my last fight, I had a new opponent on about 3 days' notice. So it was just a matter of him being not able to make the original weight class that I had planned on. So I kind of just didn't have to cut weight for that one. And then the one before that was just a good opportunity. They offered me a title shot at 195, and I was like, well, I want a belt, so I had that one. But 185 is definitely, I'm excited to get back to it, and I think my plan is to stay there.
But I think that this 195, it's kind of interesting. It's of course not a division, but there would be like not a bad idea if there would be something like between middleweight and light heavyweight division because 20 pounds it's actually quite a lot. And
Yeah,
if you are
it's
not a
like two weight
big
classes everywhere else.
yes, so if you are not big enough, it's better to cut to 185. But of course, like the level of talents, maybe it would be hard to have the three divisions because there are
Yeah.
some good middleweights who would move up, some light heavyweights who would move down. So maybe the two different weight classes would like lose some good talents.
For sure. Yeah, there's not the higher weight classes usually aren't historically isn't too stacked. There's not crazy amounts of people in there that are at the top, so that extra division might kind of make everything a little slim.
Yes, yes, that's right. And actually, the Tuff-N-Uff card that you will fight on got a good mix of like of the good prospects and UFC veterans. And
Mhm.
after your fight, do you like usually watch other fights, or you are just want to go to like a hotel, or move with your like family and coaches and eat something?
Uh, kind of depends how I'm feeling after. I like to usually if I know someone fighting, I'll always stay and keep watching, and it kind of just depends. If I'm like, oh, let's just watch these crazy fights, or sometimes just like, let's just get out of here, let's go eat.
And I watched some of your fights, like pro fights, but you started your amateur career according to Topology in 2018. And at
Yeah.
that point, how many like years of training did you have?
Um, Probably about 6 months. I was just my first few amateur fights, I was just doing jujitsu, and just fighting on top of that. And I ended up losing. I think it was my fourth amateur fight, and then I went to the guy's coach that I just lost to and asked if I could start training with them, and that was my first actual like time getting into like actual MMA training.
So it's quite of interesting story. But when you took this first amateur bout, did you feel that maybe it's not like right time to do this kind of thing?
Um, I don't know. I thought I was gonna win. It was kind of a I wanted to start fighting, and then as soon as I said that, this promotion was like, "Do you want to fight in a week and a half?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." So my first fight was on about a just almost 2 week notice, and because the guy fought had his opponent fall out, and so it was good to just to get my feet in the water for it.
But this is actually why I like the like amateur scene, that the fighters got an amateur career, because as the amateur you can lose some fight and it's not mean
Mhm.
anything. And right
Yeah.
now you are undefeated as the pro. Level of competition is also high, so the amateur fights is a little bit like a proving ground for you. You can gain some experience, win some fights, maybe lose some fights, but in the end the like pro record is much more like important for the fighter.
Yeah, for sure. The amateur is like, who cares if you lose? Just fight. If you can have as many good fights as you can, if you're losing decisions, it's kind of like whatever. Like you're there to just get time in the ring and figure out how you want to fight. And losing, it's like, who cares? As long as you're not getting dominated every fight, it's like just get out there and get as much time in as you can.
And about going to MMA, like fighting MMA, what was the like main reason for you to start it? Was it like just try like do one and done, even like pro fight, or did you think that it will be your like really pro career, that you can make some money and go to the UFC?
Yeah, I think I kind of got into it. Just I did some like traditional martial arts when I was younger, and I was watching the UFC and I was like, oh, this would be like this looks great. And then eventually when I just had the opportunity to do it, 'cause, like I was doing jujitsu and competing lots in jujitsu, so I was kind of used to competing and things, and I was like, well, MMA, it looks great. And pretty much as soon as I started doing it, I was like, I want to do this. I love doing it. I love training. Just I love this whole sport. So I was always kind of like, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to make a career out of this.
And right now, do you like train in just one gym, or do you like cross training in a few gyms?
Yeah. So my two main gyms is Dunamis Muay Thai and Kodokan Jiu Jitsu. We kind of have like a partnership between the two gyms where all the pro fighters, the pro MMA guys will train at both. And then I also do some cross training at it's called Rocky Mountain Jiu Jitsu, another gym here in Calgary. Just get a lot of good bodies there and people to beat me up. And but yeah, my two main gyms is Dunamis Muay Thai and Kodokan.
And in these gyms, do you have like the fighters like you, the prospects with a lot of potential, even like on the amateur level?
Yeah, for sure. We a bunch of really good guys that are coming up. We got one of our amateurs is fighting the day after I am, but here in Calgary. And yeah, really good prospect, a couple really good amateur prospects, several good pros. Yeah, our gym is very on the verge of more exposure for producing high level fighters. We have a lot of high level Muay Thai fighters as well. Two guys just won WBC belts this past weekend, and our main like coach at Dunamis is Jake Peacock, who fights in one championship, and so.
And in your like training partners, do you have like heavier fighters like you, so middleweight, light heavyweights, or do you also train with the smaller like bantamweights, featherweights?
Yeah, we got a couple big guys, but also a lot of the pro MMA guys are a little bit smaller, like bantamweights, featherweights, lightweights. Um, so training with everybody, big guys, small guys, it's a lot of gyms seem to have a deficiency of one or the other. So we have a few more little guys, but we got quite a few big guys as well.
Yes, it's probably like harder to find someone like from 200 pounds and above with good levels of skills because like even like depth of the UFC divisions like it's in like flyweight, bantamweight there are a lot of super big talents, and when you go up it's like harder to find. So when you find someone good, you probably it's like super important to train with the like heavier fighter.
Yeah, definitely. We have I know another guy I train with. He comes down from another city just so we can train with each other because it's just hard to find like big skilled guys. So when you can find them, it's good to make friends with them.
And of course, you right now you have like a few years of experience in like MMA fighting. Uh, so, what, in your opinion, is the best aspect of MMA and the worst aspect of the sport?
Hmm. I think the best aspect is that most fighters are very. It is a fight, but a lot of people are still very respectful in the fight. And usually, just when you see, like two guys have a crazy fight and then, hug it out right afterwards and just having like a sense of honor in fighting. And then the worst aspect is just boring fighters.
And boring like fighters, do you think more of the like wrestlers, lay and pray guy, something like this, or like more the fighters that just calculate too much?
Yeah, both. Just the people who like wrestling, grappling is great. Like my background's in grappling and like love to see it. But then you get guys that are just people don't want to fight. People push people against the fence and lock their hands and sit there, and the ref's like, "Wow, this is great. This is really great fighting here." And you're like, "What? We separate this. This is nonsense." Or you have, strikers who don't do anything the whole fight either, and you're just like, "We're here to fight, guys." As Chael Sonnen said, people forget what the F in UFC is for. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship, not the ultimate go train and be a great athlete championship. It is about fighting at the end of the day.
And do you like to watch UFC fights, like Saturday night? Watch the fights live?
Yeah, I love watching as much as I can. Any fight night, pay-per-view, whatever it is, I'll pop a stream up on my phone and watch.
And what do you think about like UFC middleweight divisions right now? Because in my opinion, a lot of things are happening right now. There are a lot of good contenders. So what do you think about like division overall and maybe the DDP fight against Chimaev? Because I think that it will be like booked really soon.
I think it's actually the middleweight division's in a a better place than it's been for a while. It seems like it's actually there's not just, you know, two or three people of any like note really making things happen. It seems like the whole like ranked section of middleweight is very like active and new prospects, new contenders all the time, and just exciting fights. And with the DDP fight, I think DDP will win. I think he might lose early, but I think he might just be too much, too big, too tough, too much cardio. As long as he doesn't get subbed in 30 seconds.
Yes, because actually, like Chimaev against Whitaker fight was very impressive. Because I thought that, of course, like Khamzat can win this fight, but I was super surprised how easy it looked.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was a unexpected performance for that one.
And if you can book a fight from the UFC, like current roster in any division, which fight would you like to see and book?
Probably a toss-up between John Jones and Tom Aspinall and Topuria and Makachev. I think those are just two, especially the John Jones fight. I think that one definitely the most of like, let's just get this going.
And about Ilia, because I think that is also quite interesting, like a thing. Do you think that he should get a title shot immediately because he was a featherweight division and he decided to vacate the belt, or do you think that he should fight at least one contender?
Uh, I think they could just give it to him. Honestly, there's definitely guys at the top at featherweight, but there's especially since Armin, it seems that they think he needs to have another fight before he gets back to the belt. It's like who else is going to fight for it? If someone's going to fight for it soon, I don't really see that anyone's necessarily more deserving than Topuria. So, but if they give him someone like Oliveira, I think that would be a really fun, equally fun matchup for everyone to watch.
Yes, and in the end, I think that like fans want to see this fight, not like Islam against Gaethje, not Islam against Charles, but I think that the most people want to see the Topuria fight.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're definitely right there.
And outside of like fighting and training, do you have like any additional hobbies or passions?
Yeah, I in the summer I love disc golfing and just being outside in general. Um, I'm a bit of a gamer. I like playing games and just spending time with friends and family.
And do you like to play games also like few hours before the fight as the like way of relax your mind?
Uh, Sometimes I might just, you know, like play a game on my phone or something. Sometimes you just need something to pass the time.
Okay, John. So many thanks for the conversation. I think that the fight is actually your fight is actually a quite interesting one, and I think that with another win, you will be like in the very good spot to get a either like contender series shot or just to be on the like UFC radar.
Yeah, I definitely think so too.